Now, how many people heard about this? ICE nabs illegal immigrants in Alaska, Washington State, Oregon, and Texas with convictions for child exploitation. If you guys heard about that, give me a thumbs up. If y'all didn't, give me a thumbs down. Let's check it out.
Good morning. I'm Patrick J. Leckleitner, Acting Director of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. And I'm joined here today by Dan Bible, the Executive Associate Director of Enforcement and Removal Operations, or ERO, as we call them. Thank you for joining us here today as we announce the results of a targeted operation that enabled us to arrest potentially dangerous non-citizens in 25 cities across the United States.
You guys heard that, right? They arrested 171 illegal immigrants, dangerous illegal immigrants in 25 cities in the United States. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Does that sound problematic? If that sounds problematic, give me a thumbs up. If that doesn't sound problematic, give me a thumbs down. Real quick shout out to everybody that's watching. We got 53 people watching. We got 59 likes. If everybody could take a moment, smash that like button and get us to 70, that'd be great.
Over the course of 11 days, our dedicated and committed law enforcement officers zeroed in on removable, at-large non-citizens who are wanted for or who have already been convicted of horrible, almost unspeakable crimes like assault against children, including sexual assault and murder. Our officers also targeted non-citizens who present dangers to national security, public safety, and border security. ICE only targets non-citizens for arrest when they can determine that an arrest is a good use of our resources. We operate with limited funding, but enforcing existing immigration laws within the U.S. Interior.
So now that's interesting, right? What creates the criteria for that? You know what I'm saying? That's a question worth asking, right? Okay, my guy, like I hear what you're saying. What makes the criteria for that? So we just decide when we gonna arrest them. No rhyme, no reason. You know. We'll just make that decision. We'll just decide when we do it. Seriously, think about that. Let that marinate for a hot second. There's, like Torian said earlier, there's no laws. That's the reality. There's no laws.
Is ERO's top priority. It's our job to enforce these laws.
Shout out to Days. What's good with it, bro?
Safe. This operation took place in 25 major cities across the country, places where unlawfully present non-citizens were moving freely after being accused or convicted of truly heinous crimes or threatening our peace and security in the United States. But these communities are now safer thanks to our officers' tireless efforts. They've worked around the clock tracking down targets and planning safe, efficient, and effective arrests. Today, I'm pleased to announce that our officers took 171 potentially dangerous, unlawful present non-citizens off the streets. Of those, 103 had convictions or pending charges for assault against children, including sexual assault, and 10 had pending charges or convictions of homicide or murder. ERO is focused on smart, effective immigration enforcement. We know that targeted operations like this will help us fulfill our obligations to the American people, and that they minimize our risks to the brave officers and the innocent people living in these communities. The fact is that at-large arrests can be incredibly dangerous. We can't predict how fugitives will react, so when we're forced to arrest a fugitive who's at large in the community, our officers plan for every possible outcome. But one thing is always certain. We will always continue to enforce our nation's existing immigration laws within the interior of the United States when undocumented non-citizens who are wanted for horrible crimes, including crimes against children, are roaming the streets. ERO will find them and protect our communities.
How? When the sanctuary cities aren't cooperating? How? When you don't have any documents on these people? How? Somebody make it make sense.
Without a doubt. I commend the hard work, dedication, and commitment of all of our officers displayed over the past week and a half. And without the highly trained professionals in the 25 field offices who took to the streets to participate in this essential operation, we wouldn't be able to proudly announce these results today. I'd also like to thank our law enforcement partners on the ground in each of these cities where this operation took place. We truly value your partnerships and look forward to helping keep your communities safe.
All right, so there's that. All right. So now what it says here is that ICE arrested at least a dozen illegal immigrants with previous charges or convictions related to child exploitation following a national operation, the agency confirmed on Friday. The arrests were made in Alaska, Washington State, Oregon, and Texas. And as you guys know, Washington State was giving illegals checks for $1,000 a pop. At least 171 illegal immigrants have been arrested in 25 cities nationwide, pending with charges or conviction for murder, homicide, SA against children. Okay. So basically what they did here was just printed out what this guy said. Here goes some of the people right here. See these guys right here? Compilation of mugshots, undocumented bros. Here we go. They got the charges listed right here. 34-year-old citizen of Mexico in Los Fresnos, Texas, convicted of SA of a child. 58-year-old citizen of Mexico in Laredo, Texas, convicted of felony attempted indecency by contact. 62-year-old citizen of Mexico in Edinburgh, Texas, convicted of felony indecency with a child, sexual conduct. A 49-year-old citizen of Mexico in Laredo, Texas, convicted of felony indecency with a child. 53-year-old citizen of El Salvador in Tacoma, Washington, convicted of felony child, really bad stuff in the first degree, child, really bad stuff in the second degree, and extremely horrifying stuff with a child in the third degree. 42-year-old citizen of Mexico in Moses Lake, Washington, convicted of dealing in deceptions of a minor engaged in bad explicit conduct. 39-year-old citizen of Mexico in Federal Way, Washington, convicted of communication with a minor for immoral purposes. 69-year-old citizen of Mexico, 69-year-old in Yakima, Washington, convicted of dealing deceptions of a minor engaged in bad conduct. A 58-year-old citizen of Mexico in Yakima, Washington, convicted of extremely bad stuff with a child, first degree and second degree, and even worse stuff with a child in third degree. A 43-year-old citizen of Mexico in Woodburn, Oregon, who was convicted of first degree SA of a minor. And on Thursday, Aero Los Angeles announced that it had apprehended 26 illegal immigrants, also with pending charges for convictions of murder, homicide, and assault against children. Okay? Like, make it make sense. So now let me ask you guys a question. Out of the people that don't get caught coming to the United States, you know what I'm saying? Just imagine what kind of stuff they got going on. And we don't hear, we don't know who these people are. And then you got mayors and, different city aldermen and people in some of these different places. Shout out to Jacoby. What's good with it, bro? And shout out to Miss Nisi. Make sure y'all show Miss Nisi some love. Miss Nisi been a channel member for 5 months. Show her some love. Throw some radiation emoji, flames, ducks in the chat. Definitely appreciate you. Shout out to the whole green team. Appreciate y'all. The green team growing too. We only need 10 more green team members on this channel to hit 100 on this channel. We're gonna have 100 on each channel, man. That's what's up, man. That's what's good. How many people heard about this? New Jersey-based gang of migrants charging $6,000 a head to smuggle illegal immigrants into the United States from Canada. So they coming in from the northern border and they coming in from the southern border. How many people heard about this? If y'all heard about this, give me a thumbs up in the comment section. If y'all didn't hear about this, give me a thumbs down. Look at that. They coming in from the north. I don't know why this professor had a machete. You know what I'm saying? It's going out here. So now this group here, based in New Jersey, a New Jersey-based migrant gang is smuggling hordes of illegal immigrants into the United States across the Canadian border for a price of $6,000 a head, a new report reveals. Why do you think that they're able to do that successfully? Why are they able to do that successfully and with such ease? You know what I'm saying? The human smuggling gang took roots after its founders were briefly detained and cut loose by federal immigration authorities. Okay? The federal immigration authorities cut them loose. The ringleaders are migrants. Look at this. The ringleaders are migrants from Guatemala and Colombia, and they snuck across the Mexican border and set up shop in the Garden State, running the lucrative scheme while dodging the feds, according to a report from the Daily Mail. While U.S. Border Patrol agents grapple with an overwhelming flow of asylum seekers from Mexico, the Jersey-based gang has helped spark an under-the-radar surge in crossings along the northern border, the outlet said. With the huge asylum seeker concentrations and with all of those people crossing the border, and with the huge increase in the amount of enforcement that is going on at the southern border, it's probably, if you have an option, a lot easier to try to get in without inspection across the Canadian border, said Philip Kasnitz, a professor of immigration studies at the CUNY Graduate Center. Okay, so here go one of them right here. Simon Jacinto Ramos. This dude right here, Elmer Brian Galvez. I don't know what they got going on in there. In June, Elmer Brian Galvez, allegedly a driver for the smuggling ring, was stopped by border agents in Franklin, Vermont, transporting 4 illegal immigrants, telling authorities he was paid about $1,800 for each illicit passenger, but was not charged, according to the outlet. So this dude was snitching, and he didn't charge. And real quick, shout out to everybody that's watching. We got 66 people watching. I appreciate you guys. If you guys haven't smashed that like button yet, please take a moment and smash that like button. All right. We got 66 people watching. We got 66 likes. If everybody can bang on that like button and get us to 100, that'd be great. Last year, more than 10,000 migrants were busted trying to get into the U.S. from Canada illegally, nearly 5 times the 2022 figure, an indication of the massive rush across the northern border, the outlet said. 2 of the New Jersey gang's ringleaders, Jahan Rena Perez, who was 34, and Victor Lopez Padilla, who was 35, were finally arrested by federal authorities, but it hasn't stopped the flow of migrants. Rena Perez, a Colombian national, crossed the U.S. southern border in Texas in April of 2022 and was released pending immigration proceedings, but failed to check in with authorities and was busted again in October of that year, only to be released again. So now you guys see there's a pattern of that kind of thing that goes on. Literally, it's the same kind of pattern that happens all the time. It's this catch and release thing, catch and release thing, catch and release thing. They never keep these people. They never even try to, you know what I'm saying? They never even try to process these people or anything. They just catch them temporarily and then let them go. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Miles Matthews. Definitely appreciate you, bro, for the $10 super sticker. Please make sure you guys show him some love. Throw some radiation emoji in the chat, some flames, some ducks. Definitely appreciate it, bro. So now here, check this out, right? Lopez Padilla, who is from Guatemala, crossed into the U.S. in Arizona in June of 2019 and was also released pending future proceedings. Now, here's the issue with this future proceedings thing, right? Do you guys remember when we watched that Fox News video and it said that a lot of these people got future proceedings going all the way out to 2031? You guys remember that? So this could happen with any of these people. You know what I'm saying? Leaving him and his accomplice to run free to do the smuggling scam. According to the Daily Mail, Lopez Padilla may have ties to jailed narco trafficker Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, the alleged co-ringleader, making several references to the kingpin on his Facebook account, which why would you do that? Despite now finally being in custody, a third cohort, identified as a Guatemalan national, Simon Jacinto Ramos, remains on the loose and running the operation. Because Mexico is on Canada's list of visa-exempt countries, migrants can head there for an easier route into the United States if they can come up with the cash to pull it off. Presumably, some of them are entering legal on tourist visas, business visas, and any kind of legal visa, and then illegally crossing into the United States, Kasnet said. Nonetheless, the U.S. border with Mexico remains the most troubling center of the migrant crisis, with more than 2 million crossing illegally last year. All right. So, I mean, like I said, man, these people are out here extremely busy